Good morning, y'all. Welcome to the Hagen Homestead. My name is Brittany, and I'm going to do another prepping for the week with our meals for lunches and suppers. So hope y'all enjoy. I'll kind of show you what all I'm cooking this week. One thing that's on the menu today, or this week, is beef enchiladas. I actually did these last night, but I'm just going to show you. I did 2 trays of them. It's just beef, cheese, enchilada sauce, tortillas. I pre-cooked the beef, obviously. Put them in the oven at 350 just until the cheese melted. And then I'll show you the meat that I grabbed. Some country style ribs I'm gonna do. I grabbed some pork chops for my lunch. And then Gavin loves chicken, so I went ahead and just grabbed a whole chicken. I'm also gonna do some green beans, and then I got mushrooms at the store I'm gonna put with my pork and just as a side for us to do this week. Justin also has 4 loaves of bread going.
Ooh, it's kind of flat.
This is a cinnamon. I'm sure Wyatt will love it regardless. Okay, bread is all done. Justin made 4 loaves, cinnamon and wheat. So that should last us for the week between breakfast and like sides for supper. First thing I'm gonna get started on is my pork chops for my lunches. Normally, I try and make my life a little easy. I try and do like one convenience food, which would consist of like spaghetti, stuff I've already prepped prior to, like canned soup, just to make my Sundays easier. This week, I'm so excited with those lunch boxes that I'm gonna cook everything I know the boys will really like. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm way more productive in the morning. So I try and hit the ground running in the morning, multitasking. That's how you get it done. I've been trying to be pretty doggone strict on what I'm eating. So for my pork, I'm really just searing it real good on each side. I don't want it completely cooked. I just want that fat cap really good and seared. I'm gonna put it in the oven uncovered just to continue the browning a little bit for about 30 minutes, I guess. And then I'll put some broth and then my mushrooms in there and then cover it for the rest of the time. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to do, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do my chicken. My Dutch oven is already hot from that bread, which will be to my benefit, browning this chicken. I'm just gonna sear it really good on both sides and then pop it in the oven. Oh. May help if I turn my burner on, y'all. I swear I've done this before. So this is a really quick version of my buttered chicken. I just coat the bottom of the pan with butter, and then I kind of baste it with butter. So kind of all the seasonings that I always do: garlic, onion powder, salt, pepper, smoked paprika, and then an Italian seasoning I do for this chicken. While my chicken is browning, since that Dutch oven wasn't as hot, I'm gonna go ahead and season these ribs for Wyatt. I'm only doing a small batch because I do have 2 trays of enchiladas. We're gonna have plenty of food. Probably get us through Friday, I would think.
How
Have the chickens been working out or something?
Have they been working out?
Yeah, they have. You know how they work out their legs? They really work out.
So Redmond's smoked, I think it's hickory salt. This will add that like kind of barbecue flavor without doing the barbecue. Pepper, garlic, onion, paprika. See, I tell y'all, I use the same seasonings for like everything. A lot of this, I mean, you can tweak. You know, what seasonings you put on stuff. I'm just kind of like a easy kind of girl. So, same thing with my chicken. I am browning it real good. I'm going to put it in the oven, uncovered. I want it to brown really good to get that good sear on that skin. And then I'll add chicken broth and cover it. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Y'all see that? Okay, and we'll check the pork. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Either me or Justin turned this oven off. So I put pork in there and it wasn't on. I told y'all I'm tired this weekend. So this is a fly by the seat of your pants kind of video. Okay, for the green beans, I put some bacon fat in here. And then my green beans are still frozen. We blanched those and froze those last year. But for some people, it is not like feasible to do a full day in the kitchen. Me either. I mean, really, my boys are involved in sports. Yesterday, I was so tired, but I managed to get my enchiladas done. So that's one less thing I have to, Sarah, hush. I have to use my oven for. Make your life simple. Do an Instapot meal, and then just one stovetop meal, and maybe one convenience meal. Use your crock pot. Do just one where you have to baby it at the stove. I mean, that's something that you can do. 1, 2, 3. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. I used to be down so bad, ready to throw my life away. Didn't know what I had, feeling locked up all night and day. Till you came around, picked me off the ground. Was lost, but now I'm found. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. These were really frozen. I'm rushing. Can you tell I don't want to cook today, but we gotta eat, right? Let me be some inspiration for you, Mama. Get dressed, do your hair, do your makeup. Even if you're in a t-shirt and blue jeans and an apron, it'll make you feel better, I promise. This is a mixture. I've got like bush beans in here, dragon tongue, and I think some yellow bush beans as well. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. All that water from them being so frozen is probably like steaming them more than anything, but it'd be okay. Green beans are looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and add my onion and seasonings, and then I'll add garlic last. I think this is the one that's open. I did a bunch of broth last week. Surprise, surprise, right? So I didn't can a bunch of it because I knew I'd probably be using it. You could actually put some broth in your green beans. I do that a lot. My green beans are never usually this frozen, so I feel like there's already enough liquid in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my pork out. I'm gonna put some broth in there and then some garlic and mushrooms and let that cook down. They've got all that yummy goodness at the bottom. That will make a good gravy to go with my mushrooms. So chicken is also good and brown. And y'all, as I'm cleaning, look, what a glorious sight. We're back in eggs. They're dirty because of all the rain, and Justin's fixing that problem right now. But look at that. They producing again. You know, I mean, something's beautiful about this. This is how we're supposed to be. I don't know. Sometimes when I look at my kitchen, I'm like, man, what I would have thought years ago that I would be doing all this. No. You start reading labels and gosh, this makes me feel, this is why I continue to cook the way I do. Read your labels and just look at your kitchen. This is a working kitchen. I have got bowls everywhere. I've got ferments everywhere. I've got bread everywhere. I've got flour everywhere. Thank you, baby. But it's beautiful. I mean, I'm one that does not like a mess, but goodness, is it beautiful. Just like that little kid right there. Okay, y'all, you can probably tell by the lighting, it is, I don't know, later. But I'm gonna check Gavin's chicken. I kind of just like, look, this one's obviously not done, but I really look for like the meat to pull apart on the legs. Everybody may have their own opinion on that. That's how I know kind of when ours is done. This one looks like it's still, this was a huge bird. I mean, probably between 6 and 7 pounds. It's almost there. It's at 155. So. I'm gonna lower this oven's temp. I'm gonna do a quick gravy with all of that to kind of pour over the, I've got boys arguing over video games. This is why we don't do a lot of screen. What is that beeping? Push, start. Okay. Whew. I'm starting them at just the dry rub at 200. And then when they start to get going really good, I'll put barbecue sauce on them. I'll do a crash course in gravy. This will be with Wyatt's ribs. Not canned, it's just been in my fridge just to make it a little bit more. You don't want to add too much liquid because it will water down your broth. Okay, so I have this on pretty high. I'm going to get it on, and I'm going to scrape the bottom of my Dutch oven to get all the little gliglies off, as we call it in Louisiana. Okay, that's my clean 'em stack. So you always want to mix. I'm going to use cornstarch. I've used arrowroot before, but it's at the top of my pantry, and I'm getting through this, y'all. You want to mix it in a different bowl, just with some water. And you can always add more You can't take it out. I don't know if you can see, but it looks kind of like skim milk. Make sure all those little bits are off the bottom. And then I'm going to pour some of this in and reserve some. I'll let that cook a little bit. So as this boils, it will thicken. And this is kind of good for any gravy, like a good grease gravy is real good. It does, whoo, that's hot. It does need to be thickened just a little bit more, so I'm going to add that reserve. I may need to add more. Now, I do like our gravy a little bit more like a grease gravy, so it is a little bit thinner than what you would do for like Salisbury steak, but it's got more than just a water texture to it. So that's still simmering. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit because I'm going to add some frozen green onions to that. Okay, so my gravy's the consistency I want. Put this in a separate bowl and we can spoon it over rice this week. I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken out. It should be done. $65. I don't want to dry it out, so that is done. Isn't that pretty? I'm just waiting on the ribs. Those will take a while. Okay, y'all. I've been trying to keep Abel alive. He just flipped off the couch, and that's why we call him accident prone. AP, Abel Patrick, AP, accident prone. It works. Here is my spread. Now my ribs are not done, but I'm ready to wrap up this video and finish cleaning my kitchen. I'm going to show you, this is what we're going to be eating all this week. This does not include breakfast, but that is where the sourdough comes into play. A lot of times we make French toast, toast with cinnamon butter on it, eggs and toast, but I will show you a spread of what we're going to eat this week. 2 9x13s of enchiladas. Someone's already dug into it. Wyatt tried it. I told him thank you very much for trying it. He did not like it, but I knew that was coming. Then we have chicken stock, which I'm going to use kind of like as a gravy, pork gravy. Brussels sprouts. I did not show cooking these, but Justin cooked them late last week, so that's going to be a side for me and him. Some of leftover stir-fried mushrooms. Smothered mushrooms, I guess it was with my pork. Green beans. Rice. A whole chicken. 1, 2, 3, 4 sourdough loaves. And then we'll have the ribs. I'll show y'all what I kind of eat for a week. I'll divide these chicken wings up. I made these Friday. I'm not scared of leftovers. Some people are freaks about it. I will eat until my fridge is empty. So I'll have chicken wings 2 days and then smothered pork chops 2 days. And then with this, I don't always do a starch. I may put like a slice of sourdough in there, but with this, I'll do a little bit of sauerkraut. And then I'll have a side, like 2 days I'll have green beans, 2 days I'll have Brussels sprouts. So that's kind of what I eat in a week. I don't eat a ton of rice. I'm starting to learn that my body does not respond well to rice. Potatoes are better for me. But that's kind of what I'll be eating this week. And then I'll flip y'all around and I'll show you like a sample of what I send Gavin, our oldest. I did put a bed of rice and I put some of that chicken stock over it. And then green beans, and he is not crazy about mushrooms, but I did just sprinkle a few in. And then I'll put a chicken breast on top. So now that we have those electric lunch boxes, I'm excited, so excited to be able to give my kids more diversity in their diet because we were so limited. Although they'll probably still want my homemade little miniature individual pizzas, but they will be far and few between, probably one time a week instead of like 4 out of the 5 days a week. I hope you enjoyed kind of following me in the kitchen. Maybe it encouraged you to kind of spend a day meal prepping. This one was more hands-on. I didn't do any crock pot meals. I didn't do any Instapot meals except for the rice. This one was more all hands on deck, but I did help myself last night and I did the enchiladas, so that would be one less thing. So I'm just waiting on those ribs and I'll be done. And then I gotta clean this kitchen. I hope y'all have a great week. And again, I hope this encouraged you mamas to get some real food on the table. All right, I'll see y'all next time.